Welcome back to my channel, Aries. This is just a quick read for you. This is, I'll go through it in a more general way and then specifically. And of course, I'll go through the clarifiers below here. Sorry, my light is fading. I just do en route reads as I can. Don't always have a lot of time. Anyway, so I feel like this is kind of a rest and rejuvenating sort of period for you in the month of September. I feel like mother figure coming through here, definitely family-oriented issues, dealing with the practical, and again, just doing it general first. Definitely feel like there's a Libra energy coming through here, but I feel like there's a lot of changes in terms of, expanding on, you're maybe not sure of the path here with that Two of Wands and the Seven of Swords. It feels like you're almost having to create some kind of a strategy, but it's almost like something has kind of come to a level of conclusion. There is some real strong commitment to family or real connection to family, but I definitely feel like there is a laid back sort of energy. Okay, so we'll start out with that Four of Swords energy. Of course, the Four is all about creating some balance here, and the Swords definitely does speak to a sort of a pullback energy here as well. Rest and relaxation, as I mentioned. So however that comes to you, whether this is you resting at your home or going out on a journey, but there's a potential for some kind of a trip or something along that line. But I feel like you're kind of walking away as well from some difficult times because of all these swords here. So it is dealing with your foundation, a lot of these cards, because we also have the Ten of Pentacles, all of that. So there's a lot of foundational cards here. So anything that revolves around your stability, could be your physical body, that kind of thing. But it's some level of stability that's starting to come back into your current energy is what I would say there. So, and like I said, a lot of these cards, I mean, there's still more day-to-day sort of energy. The clarifiers, there's a couple of major arcana here, but for the most part, I feel like this is just kind of getting through some of the basic energy that, revolves around your day-to-day life. So again, Four of Swords, it's like taking that time to yourself, rest, recuperate, and there's a sense that it's kind of escaping activity right now, contemplating, all of that. So healing, healing kind of energy is here as well. Emotionally healing as well, and there's certainly some level of a conclusion of a certain chapter. But again, it's kind of further out. But right now, there's levels of abundance and feeling love or feeling connected or feeling something is going in a more positive way. So I feel like, there has, I don't want to say like level of exhaustion necessarily with the Four of Swords as in Ten of Wands kind of level of exhaustion, but it feels like there may have been some level of pain or some level of emotional angst, that kind of thing that really has been maybe a part of the recuperation. So whether or not you're just taking the time out to sort of strengthen yourself and kind of pulling back, I feel like that's sort of where it is in the beginning of September anyway. So again, it's just finding a way to deal with some issues emotionally. And again, I still feel like it's just rest and recuperation overall. There's a period of inactivity here. And maybe there is just simply a need for physical and emotional healing, like I said, with that combination. So again, there could also be something here about educating yourself or re-educating yourself. We do have that energy here also. Again, it's further out with the Hierophant, so I feel like you could be even, I'm going to say family lineage, looking up things along that line here too. Something around that could also be relevant, or thinking a lot about family and connection to, your line, something along that line. But there could also be something here that, like I said, that is calling out to, that's calling out to a level of, maybe it's the commitment that's needed in the family here as well. I'm going to go back to that. Let's just kind of sort of touch on the cards first, and then I'll just see how it feels as I go. But like I said, when we get to the Queen of Swords, I mean, that's definitely Libra energy kind of comes through for me on that basis, but it definitely feels like there's some clear boundaries, a lot of independence, or feeling like you're a little bit more on the independent side of things. But, you're trying to walk away from things where there has been almost too direct communication or something like that. It's almost like something has been too blunt and you just don't want to deal with that anymore. You almost want to be, surrounded with more loving, connected energy, that kind of thing. So it is also more of an energy of being self-reliant. It certainly does speak to, or feeling that way. Problem-solving energy is here, and it definitely feels like you're a lot more sharp mentally. But definitely really focused on, especially with that Eight of Cups. Eights are all about reevaluating things. So reevaluating some of the independence, or how independent you are, or something like that. That might be something that is a part of, how you're choosing to renew or release something, figuring out what's important in your life, and how to go forward. When we get to the Ten of Pentacles, like I said, I mean, that's definitely positive energy. It certainly can be quite financially lucrative energy due to a commitment of some sort. So there could certainly be some money that's coming in here for some of you. Usually I like to see a progression of those cards before I just kind of jump into Ten of Pentacles. So it could be just something in around the area of building on that legacy, building on that money, building on because of the Hierophant. So it's something that you're very committed to. Certainly is about committing to family, financial security, any kind of, passing on of something to, that you're committed to. But either way, like I said, it's definitely something that you're very richly rewarded with, or at least you feel richly rewarded with, because you also have the Empress here. And so I feel like you feel loved, you feel connected, you feel like something is definitely, going in the right direction, and you're feeling a lot more in line with happiness. Level of happiness is here, and it seems to be around a lot of connections. I don't see a lot of people necessarily in this reading, but you're just feeling a lot more positive or stable, something along that line. And there could be more of a gain, or you feel like there's more gains that are ahead for you as well. And I do feel like that's definitely coming in. I just don't, but it still feels like it's more of a longer term, putting in the time, the work. You're really, backing yourself by, putting in time, energy, and power towards something, and your focus is very long haul, pursuing a dream, self-employed kind of energy. Usually, I could be a marriage couple here as well with that Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant. There could be some coupleship there that's very relevant, that's related around money. But the finances for sure are highlighted here either way in some respect. So, and not only that, I do feel like you're really strongly, this is the big card out, because the Empress is the major arcana. This is definitely speaking to feeling a lot more blessed. You're feeling like there is a lot more going on in your life that, like I said, with that world energy, that seems to be a little bit more global. So whether or not you're getting connections that are, speaking to you at a distance, that kind of thing. But the Empress is still that, and so is the Hierophant. That's an energy of organizations or dealing with structures as well. But it definitely speaks to, following the rules, anything that sort of falls into family and any kind of systems. So again, there's definitely a sense that you could be dealing with a system that is making you feel as though you're very connected. There's more attention on you either way, through close connections. So even though I don't see a lot of people here, somehow you feel like there's close connections. You've got support in some way in that area. So with that Empress energy, like I said, I feel like there is a sense of feeling more beautiful, maybe addressing yourself in a more beautiful way by putting some time and energy into you. But either way, this is definitely speaking to energy that is around nurturing yourself or feeling nurtured. And again, I just feel like you're in a really good positive wave of energy where you feel a lot more energized. And again, with the World card here too, this definitely still speaks to like end of a cycle, but a very successful cycle. So whatever you're coming out of, it's definitely boded well for your growth. Like I said, there's something here that tells me you're ready to move on to the next thing now. So whatever this initial challenge was, you're at that stage where it's about ready to move into something incredibly all-encompassing. So it's almost like, you're going to be involving yourself in more of a larger scope of something. So again, whether this is, at something at a distance, either way, there is a sense that there's a self-actualization energy coming through with the Empress as well as the World card. And it's almost like you have a better sense of what's important, or your goals, or you have a deeper understanding of how to love yourself or how to see the world. Like, it just feels much more positive. It's definitely more focused on your connections. Like I said, even though I'm not seeing a lot of people here, I feel like your idea of family and stability and all of those things seems to be highlighted at the forefront here. So that seems to be what your focus is on. And again, could be dealing with, you know, some kind of investment that's for an investment that's at a distance or something like that for some of you. But it could be that there's more money that's coming into you and you just feel richer. You feel richer in some way in this month, in September. And again, even in terms of your health, I feel like everything is just turning out much more positive. There's harmony, there's balance here, deeper meaning to life, you know, and I just feel like you're successfully going forward, especially when we get to the Two of Wands. This is where you're at the doorstep. You're about ready to kind of walk through here and kind of challenge whatever is next on the list of things to do. But it definitely speaks to a time where you're feeling like you've been productive and you've got a lot of cooperation. So there could be a lot of collaboration here as well. Certainly making a decision to kind of move into a spot where you feel more confident in your decisions. And I feel like success is here. You're moving in the right direction. Working partnerships, all of that is relevant. I definitely feel like you can trust this process, even in terms of your finances. I feel like there is something, a way forward that is helping you to kind of break a routine. You know, if you're feeling like you were trapped over initially before or needing to release something, I feel like you're now feeling like there's more progress going forward. And there's a strategy here as well, because that Seven of Swords tells me that it has been a bit of a battle. I'm not gonna lie here. It does look like it's been a time where you've had to, maybe you feel like somebody was working against you, or there was something that was counterintuitive or counterproductive in how you were going forward. But that Seven of Swords is definitely where you can take advantage of something. And again, maybe you are still in negotiation about how you're going to move this forward, but either way, I feel like you're in a better space, you know, where you're feeling like you can actually move forward. Again, it's going to be with a bit of a plan, because the Seven of Swords is not something that is a, you know, hasty decision. It feels like this is where you kind of have to slow it down, be a little more strategic, figure out the way forward. Definitely is going to be something that, you know, calls to you in your own way. Everybody's different, right? So but yeah, either way, like I said, if you felt like somebody was trying to thwart you moving forward, I feel like that is going to be moving in your favor in a different scope here, because you're not compromising here. This is about you, you know, feeling like you're back on top, or at least there's more, you're feeling better about yourself. Things are going in a good way. So you might not have trusted how things were going to look going forward, but I still feel like the energy here is creating a strategy is going to help you move into that direction. You might be hiding your plans a little bit here, or because of your, you know, trying to create a strategy. But I still feel like regardless, you know, you are making some productive changes or productive movements in this new direction. So anyway, either way, you have a lot of things working for you in this period. And I just want to tell you that the month of September seems like it has a very good outcome for you. So whatever this Two of Wands is that you're going to be walking through the door to, I think that you have, you've got a really good entryway anyway, because you're coming from all of this really strategic, positive energy. And I just want to kind of conclude, like I said, the energy that I'm seeing here is not major arcana. It is, except for the Empress. The Empress, and again, this could be mother figure, but it definitely speaks to somebody who has the energy of feeling back on top, especially when you start out with the Eight of Cups. You know, your emotions, you're kind of tuning into your emotions, I would say, and I think you were in an uncertain way